Today's lesson, I'm giving you two options. The first option is to work on your copy of June 29th, 1999. This is the book by David Weisner, where you were required to put transitions between slides and to put transitions in slides. So I'll just quickly show you how this works. I'll do a present. I'm hitting my return key. And it should begin for me. Here's the first slide. And Einstein says, and they said I was a genius. And then the girl says, Einstein is my hero. I hit a return. There's a transition between slides. There's no transition here where the girl is thinking, boy, don't I hate an overachiever, but there should be a transition when I click return and the girl goes blah, 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 blah. Then there's one for the teacher, transition between slides, transition in slides. So I'm going to hit the escape key and go back. So again, you may work on this today. I'm giving you a second option though. This option requires that you go to your Google Classroom, and I've given you an assignment that mentions working on your Google Slides in June 29th, 1999, but I'm giving you this option. You can work on your OMG pictures. Now, I've given you a new one. It's called Roller Coaster Girl. There should be one below called Lion Meets Hunter. And there should be one below that called Crocodile Meets Parachutist. So there are three of them at this point. Now I want to point this out to you. Notice that Roller Girl. It is a JPEG.jpg. It's an image of a roller coaster, and you'll notice there'll be a girl on it. Now when we go down to Lion Meets Hunter, notice this. This is not a JPEG. It's a Google drawing. And the last one is Crocodile Meets Parachutist. Again, this one is a Google Drawings. So, let me just show you this. When I click on the JPEG, Roller Coaster Girl, I'm going to give it a double click. It comes up onto my screen, and then we see a little girl thinking about going down a roller coaster. Now I'm going to guess that this is a photoshopped image, but couldn't you think of something? Could you put a speech bubble right here? There's an automobile right here. Could you add a speech bubble here? My guess is you probably could. Now when this is clicked, we have a couple options here. If I click back, show you, it only goes back to your Google Classroom. But when I click here, and I want to go over to here, more actions, open in a new window, and when I open in a new window, I have a new tab, rollercoastergirl.jpg in a new tab. At this point, I want to save this image. I don't want to download it. I don't want to print it. I want to save this image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the organized folder here, and there's a little icon of your Google Drive. So click on that, and I want to save it to a folder that I have on my drive. I have a folder called OMG, and it is right here, OMG Pics. In it, I have these images. Now, how did I create that? I went to New, and you can do the same thing. If you do not have a folder called OMG Pics, I want you to create one. There's a new folder here. Click on it, call it OMG Pics, create it, and it will save it to your drive. Now I'm going to click cancel because I already have this, and here it is. But you want to make sure in your drive that you have a folder called OMG Pics. So when I go back here and I want to save this image, I can go to Organize, find the OMG Pics, and it will save it to that folder. Now at this point, I want to create something new. Now I already have done this over here. I have one called OMG Pics, but this is not a Google Draw image. It's not a JPEG. The icon right here shows you that it's a Google Slides image. So if I click on this image, you'll see that I have a brand new Google Slides. It's loading now, and if I want to play this one, I can do a presentation. Welcome to my OMG Pics by Mr. Barton. There's a transition between slides. I have a transition in the slide of the young girl saying this is going to be so cool. And I have a transition here. Now, I don't believe I've added anything here, but I could put something with the shark. I could put something with the kayaker. But let me just go back and show you how I created that. I'm going to close this one out. I'm in my OMG Pics folder in my drive. I go to New, and I want a new Google Slides right here. Here it is, New Google Slides. I click on it. Now, I want to make sure that I give this a title. So I'm going to call this OMG 2 because it's my second one. Now, I have a choice here. By default, I'm given this theme, and it's a very boring one. It's black text on a white background. If I want to go down and find something a little more appealing, the last one had a blue background that you saw, I might go with something like, let's see, I'll go with this one here, Tropic. I will click on it. I will add my title here, OMG Pics, and I'm going to put a, over here I'll go by space Okay, by Mr. Barton. That is my first slide. I want to put a new slide in. So I go to here, new slide, but if I click on the new slide, by default, it's going to give me another slide in this format. So I want to click right next to that plus sign, and I want to put just a simple slide with a caption on it. I don't want another title slide. I want one with a simple open area because I'm going to put a picture in there with a caption. So I'll click on this one, and here it is. Now, if I want to insert that image of the little girl going down the roller coaster, I go to Insert, Image. I'm not going to upload it from my computer because it's not on my computer. It's in my drive. And here it is. This is the one I just worked on. It's going to remember it because it's a recent one, but I could go to My Drive, find my OMG folder, which is right here, give it a click, and here it is. So if I click here, now I want you to notice